time has come, ladies and gentlemen. We are officially at the point where it's officially free agency time, or I should say legal tampering. Welcome everybody to the Patriots Clubhouse free agency watch party. If you're coming in, please make sure that you smash the thumbs up button and that you are subscribed to this channel. This is the best way to help us support the channel. And the show has just begun. And so, now that it's officially legal time, let me just announce the word to my fellow people, to my fellow Pats Nation. How is everybody doing? Officially live. Obviously, I'm going to be using Discord. I'm going to be using ESPN. I'm going to use every single form of social media to find some latest news and updates on teams. So now, let's go check on ESPN. What's up, Ray? How are you doing, buddy? Nice to see you. Okay, so I'm pulling up okay, Packers, Dobbs are excited to sign. Elsewhere, it was also announced 8 hours ago that 49ers are open to trading Trent Williams. I don't see him that interested. Obviously, we know that Tavai has been cut. Thank goodness that we actually saved $3 million. So that's, if I do the math, that's like 64 in cap space with that move. Okay, so Titans re-signed long snapper Morgan Cox. Cox is in his 17th NFL season and 6th with the Titans. Well, how's everybody been? Usually during the free agency period, I'm basically on vacation. So basically this is my spring break during college. So yeah, this should be fun. And by the way, guys, if you want to see my live reactions, I will be doing some shorts along the way just to advertise this stream. And also, I'm thinking of doing a double stream. The boys at the Patriots Clubhouse, I was thinking me, Andy, and Austin to do a recap of the first wave of free agency. It's always nice to give a recap of the first wave of free agency, so it's always nice to hear that. But any updates so far? You're joking me, right? Right off the bat? The Colts re-signed Alec Pierce to 4-year, $160 million. Oh my gosh. That is crazy. I did not see that coming. Alec Pierce returning to the Colts on a 4-year, $116 million deal. Man, to be honest, I wasn't high on Alec Pierce, but holy cow. The fact that Pierce is off the table before it started, it's actually crazy. It's actually crazy not to. I cannot believe that. I can't. But man, a lot has happened this morning. Like Texans re-signing Evan Ingram. Yeah, thank you so much, Gerard. Yeah, good thing I get to chillax doing this while having to deal with so many midterms last week. It was stressful. Thankfully that I have the business law exam is coming in 2 weeks and it will be in 2 different parts. So thankfully I got something to worry about. I agree, Ray. Good. Now we can quit hearing people talk about like we're going to get him. He's not wide receiver one. Yeah, there's going to be a lot of resignings to the original teams. I will not be shocked if that's the case. Remember, guys, if you're coming in, please make sure that you hit the thumbs up button, that you're subscribed to this. Okay, Falcons are bringing back Olamide Zaccheaus. He was with the Falcons before. At the time, he was with the Eagles. He was with the Bears. So now Falcons are bringing back Olamide Zaccheaus. I don't know how much the deal is going to be, but Falcons bringing back Olamide Zaccheaus probably for the veteranship. Okay. Yes, guys, this is a watch party. I'm going to see my live reactions with all of you guys, so come join in. Booty put up good numbers. Him and May need to continue their chemistry. I think he's up for contract soon. Yes, I agree, Gerard. Booty is on his final year of his rookie deal, and this final year for Kayshon Boutte has to be a prove-it-year deal. The question is, can Boutte be more consistent while also not having to do with all of these injuries? Because if he is worth that deal, like on his final year of his deal, I could see him getting an extension. We need to see it on the field, though, because he did decently well last season. If it wasn't for those injuries, he would have been like our wide receiver too. But I feel like due to these injuries, it is what it is. So, but yeah, Pierce going back to the Colts. I think that's a huge mistake by Chris Ballard. Like, how much you're going to spend for Michael Pittman Jr., and more importantly, what are you going to do with Josh Downs, your other receiver that you signed? Because here's the thing, guys. Next offseason, in 2027, if the Patriots were to get Josh Downs, think about this. Drake May will be reuniting with his wide receiver that made him that successful. Drake May. Joshua Downs. Think about it. But thankfully, people can stop complaining about like, oh, we need Alec Pierce. We need all of this. I wasn't a huge fan of Alec Pierce from the start anyway, so we have other needs anyway, so. I so agree with you, DPF. Pierce could go back to the Colts, but if I'm a wide receiver, why would I pick Daniel Jones as my quarterback? Exactly. Like, I would go to Seattle to like be with Sam Darnold, or I can go with the Broncos to be with Bo Nix. Thank you. I was so in with Downs from the get-go. To be honest, I would rather have Downs over. Yeah, Downs over Pierce. Oh my gosh! Patriots made their first signing. Patriots are signing defensive end Draymond Jones. 3 years, $39 million. That is such a good deal, guys. I love Draymond Jones. You know what's funny? We were in the mix for trading for Draymond Jones, but the owner for the time was like, no, we're not going to make Mike Vrabel successful. We're going to give it to the Baltimore Ravens, who, by the way, barely utilize it. But thankfully, Patriots bringing in Draymond Jones. Let's talk about it, boys. Woo! What are your thoughts on this, ladies and gentlemen? Please come in and smash the like button and that you're subscribed to this channel. Patriots signing Draymond Jones. Woo! I was all in. People were like, why didn't we trade Draymond? Why weren't we trading for Draymond Jones? Signing Draymond Jones is a lot better than trading for him. Because one, he's going to hit free agency. He's on his final year of his deal. Two, he has connections with Mike Vrabel of some sort. 3, we're saving draft capital just from signing Draymond Jones. I love that move from Elliot Wolf. So if I were to look up Draymond Jones, he's like 6'3", not too bad. He's only 29 years old, so it's like similar to like the same age for like Robert Spillane or Harold Landry, but still, Draymond Jones is not that bad. I'm okay with Draymond Jones. Who doesn't? F the Raiders. I agree. Screw the Raiders. By the way, guys, we will play the Raiders. Okay, another move. Cornerback Eric Stokes back to the Raiders on a 3-year, $30 million deal. $20 million guaranteed. Okay, not too bad. And I think that he will be solid for the Raiders. But jeez, Draymond Jones to the Patriots. That's decent though. The question is, how much are we going to give Draymond Jones guaranteed? That's going to be the biggest question. Because I think that getting Draymond Jones, you're helping to build that defensive line. Because obviously, pass rush is not there. You're begging me that Draymond Jones. That's crazy. Yep. Per Tom Pelissero has confirmed that the Patriots are closing in on a deal with veteran edge Draymond Jones per source. And yes, I agree with you, Eric. Now, draft a young edge in the first round, and our D-line will be scary. Exactly. Now, Zach Kerr, and you know what's even better? Terrell Williams has been working with a lot of defensive linemen, so that defensive line is going to be scary. Even though he's going to be, I have no idea what position that Terrell Williams will be coaching at, but if it's an assistant head coach, I would not be shocked if he's still going to be working with that defense. But then again, Zach Kerr being the defensive coordinator, oh my gosh, it's going to be a fiesta for this defensive line. Now you think about this. If Chason doesn't come back, you now have Draymond Jones, Milton Williams, potentially Christian Barmore. The legal issues are. Maybe there's a chance we could get Mafe. One of the guys I was not getting Mafe. Now Mafe is a little younger, but I would not be opposed to bringing Mafe. Like, here's the thing: edge rusher is a huge need, and the fact that we're getting an edge rusher now has been really impressive. And here's the thing: last season, Draymond Jones racked up 7 sacks and 55 pressures. New England has shown interest at the deadline, but Tennessee traded him to the Baltimore Ravens. Ugh. Yeah, I was hoping to have KC back, but the problem is KC's going to have a larger bag than we all anticipated. So I will not be opposed to bringing back KC, but for what cost? That's going to be the big question. That is some good news, folks. Some good news. It's nice chillaxing with all of you guys. I've been waiting for this moment. I did not think that bringing Draymond Jones would be interesting, but somebody's saying in Discord, honestly, Mike Vrabel probably wanted him, but the Titans owner still holding a grudge against Mike Vrabel is a B. I'm not surprised. No, honestly, I could care less about the Titans. After all, the Titans screwed us in the wild card. The Titans did dirty for Mike Vrabel. Good thing that the Titans are falling apart. I hope that Robert Saleh can turn the ship around for the Tennessee Titans, but I don't see that happening. Yep, it's double confirmed that the Patriots are signing Draymond Jones to a 3-year, $39.5 million deal. Sources say he gets $14.5 million in year 1. Impressive. Impressive. Starting to think if A.G. Brown doesn't pan out, then they will be going to the draft looking for receivers. Gotta learn how to draft them at some point. Agree. You need, because you're not going to get the next Julian Edelman. You're not going to get the next, I don't know. I'm not a huge fan of A.J. Brown anymore. Like, I used to, like, if it was back in 2023 or 2022. But the problem is what he did with the Eagles, how he was a cancer to the locker room. Not to mention that he has degenerative knees. Would you rather get a guy with degenerative knees, or is it because of, what is it? The scheme up in Philadelphia, down to Philadelphia, where the offense was so vanilla and like pancakes. So like nobody wants to see that, but okay. According to Chad Graft, new Patriots defensive end Draymond Jones is a true power rusher. Love to hear that, especially when there is barely any pass rush whatsoever. He can get after the passer from the outside or inside. He will bring flexibility to what Mike Vrabel and Zach Kerr want to do defensively. Love that. Really love to hear that. Love to hear that news, honestly. Love it. So, according to Rich Samini, the Jets are in linebacker market. Wait, what? I'm hearing the Patriots are nearing a deal with A.J. Brown with the Eagles. No, I don't see. Sometimes I don't trust the sources that because, okay, Steelers are re-signing veteran linebacker Cole Holcomb. Okay. But going back to Rich Samini, Jets are in the linebacker market. They've been linked to Alex Anzalone, which makes sense. Another name to watch, Devin Bush, coming off a career year with the Jets. Okay. Not interested. AJ cried when the Patriots didn't draft him. Then think he would change from a bad city like Philly? Your only hope is if Howie Roseman cuts him, and then the Patriots could give him whatever. After all, the rehab could do a better job of what Philly's doing. I don't know. But obviously, we're not playing checkers. We're playing chess. Any other updates so far? It's gonna load. So obviously, I don't know what's been going on with Twitter or X, but yeah, that is so huge. Alex Singleton, I could see him going to the Buffalo Bills. As much as I hate this, Alex Singleton, he's unfortunately 32 years old. He has been freed from cancer, but knowing that he has ties with Jim Leonard, who was the defensive pass coordinator for the Denver Broncos, I would not be surprised if he goes to Buffalo because of that connection. That's just my personal opinion. Again, I still don't know why Alec Pierce would go back to the Colts when they know that they're not going to have a success with Danny Pennies, as I like to call him. He ain't Indiana Jones. He's now Danny Pennies. And the fact that Danny Pennies wants $50 million per year is beyond insanity. But still, that transitional tag does not make sense. Okay, see you later, Rave. Have fun, man. Franklin Myers would be a nice upgrade. He would be a nice upgrade. He's a little on the older side, though, but it doesn't hurt to bring veterans. Yeah, this is what I do know, Eric. Chris Ballard, who was the general manager for the Colts, has bombed the quarterback position for the Indianapolis Colts. So I don't know why the Colts would do that, but they should have never drafted Anthony Richardson from the get-go. They should have never used a pick on him. I would have used a pick on someone else, more of an asset, maybe for defense or maybe for offense. But but getting a quarterback that high is beyond unbelievable. I didn't understand that. I honestly did not understand that. Just waiting on updates, guys. Be patient. Obviously, legal tampering is not going to be easy, but yeah. Colts have 1 million app space per Spark track, so they have moves to make. Oh my gosh, I have no idea what they're thinking, especially trading away 2 first-round picks for Sauce Gardner. So laughable. I have no idea what they're thinking. I have no idea what they're thinking, honestly. I would love R. Mason Thomas Jr. R. Mason. Oh my god! Oh! What the heck? Oh my gosh. Seattle's running back Kenneth Walker is going to the Chiefs. Dang it! I love R. Mason Thomas, by the way. Nonetheless, I still love R. Mason Thomas, but still, Kenneth Walker to the Chiefs. That is disgusting. Ugh. That is true. That is true. All because of Mahomes. All because of Mahomes. I still don't get it. I still don't get it. No. Oh my god. You can see me vomiting, pretending I was vomiting over there because I was like, why? Why? Not to mention we're playing the Chiefs next season. Dang it. But here's the best part, though. The only player we have to worry about in Seattle is Charbonnet. You only have to worry about Charbonnet, but then again, you have to worry about the weapons in Seattle. Gosh, I thought K9 would go to Las Vegas because how Kubiak knows how to utilize him, but still, that's disgusting. Mahomes with Kenneth Walker. Yes, Pacheco is available, but I'm not a huge fan of Pacheco. Pacheco if he wasn't injured. Pacheco's going to be interesting. Well, they do need a running back because Kareem Hunt is currently a free agent. Pacheco's free agent, and you only have Rashard Smith. And so, gosh sakes. Kenneth Walker to the Chiefs. That is disgusting. But then again, we got Draymond Jones. I'm okay with that. I'm okay that we have Draymond Jones. That we're going to be feasting with that defensive line, not gonna lie. I love this defensive line. But obviously, free agency doesn't end there. Obviously, you have to invest in the draft. Also, you need to have a good coaching staff to develop these players and to make them extremely powerful. Make them pay. Obviously, building that defensive line is so important. So here's what I would assume. You get Draymond Jones, and then you bring in a young edge rusher, and then have Landry be a rotational. You still have Ponder in the mix. I don't know what you're going to do with Jennings. And then that defensive line is going to be scary. And then obviously with the defensive tackles, you still got Barnes. You still got my guy Leonard Taylor III. This defensive line is going to be disgusting, not going to lie. I love this. I love this. I will not be shocked that this is the only Patriots signing that we're going to have for today. But obviously, there's going to be some small signings, but obviously we don't know how much K9 is going to be making with the Chiefs. Oh my God, the Chiefs. Yes, we need 2 more defensive linemen. Agreed. And then I would also focus on getting offensive linemen, especially at the left guard position. If we were to get David Edwards from the Bills, you now have a veteran between Will Campbell and Jared Wilson. That would be so huge for this offensive line, especially when you're going up against some premier defenses, like you're going up against Minnesota, Chicago potentially, or Denver. Heck, even the Chargers. Not even to mention Seattle. We're playing Seattle again. That's scary. Okay, my understanding is that the Giants put an offer per source. So the Giants were also bargaining for Kenneth Walker blood. Oh, gosh. Oh, my word. I'm scared. So I'm expecting Draymond. Yes, they will be the same team because they lost their offensive coordinator. They still have JSN. They still have that defense. But do you know what's more important? You now need to extend Witherspoon. You need to extend JSN. Yes, they do lost some important FAs because look at this. Mafe is going to hit free agency. Joe Bay is going to hit free agency. Who else? Julian Love is going to hit free agency. But guys, in the chat, so far through the first 30 minutes of legal tampering, which signing do you think is the most shocking, the most lucrative signing ever within the first 30 minutes of legal tampering? Everybody, put your answers in the chat. I would love to hear your thoughts. For me, Pierce going back to the Colts has been like the biggest L on his end. But now you still have some other free agents in the market. You now have Linderbaum. You have Hendrickson. You have I don't know if Mike Evans is returning to the Bucs because now you still have, because they have McMillan, they have Godwin, and you have the young rookie in Emeka Egbuka. So I have no idea what the Bucks are going to be doing with Mike Evans. I think Mike Evans is going to go somewhere, but I feel like Mike Evans needs to retire. He's going to be a Hall of Famer now for sure. For sure. I think he's going to be the Buccaneers Hall Ring of Honor because he won a Super Bowl. He had consecutive 1K seasons, but it would be nice to get a wide receiver. I would be okay. Now that we got an edge rusher out of the way, now let's look at tight end, offensive lineman, and receiver. Yeah, that's crazy. Excuse me, guys. I've been talking a lot. It's crazy. It's beyond believable. It's beyond believable. Colts, this is what happens with receivers. This is like the third time where we see a top receiver making a big mistake. Calvin Ridley back in 2014. They did not make the playoffs. The Titans did not make the playoffs. What's next? Chris Godwin suffered. He's still coming back from injury. What are the Bucks going to do with him? And then you drafted Emeka Egbuka. It doesn't make sense. It doesn't make sense. And now Alec Pierce is doing the same thing that the other two receivers did in the past two off seasons. Oh! Shot in the heart. Shot in the heart. Cade Otton is returning to the Bucks. Cade Otton returning to the Bucks. Somebody in the chat was correct. Somebody in the chat was correct that Cade Otton will return with the Buccaneers. I think it was Nelson. I could be wrong, but Cade Otton returning to the Bucks. That's crazy. Yep, a lot of Tampa offense goes through the tight end. I was not surprised. They do need the tight end, so I think he's crucial to the offense, but Pierce resigning with the Colts is even more shocking given their cap space and Daniel Jones wanting so much money. It's so laughable. Okay, now Cade Otton is off the board. Now it's on to Cade Otton returning to the I love Isaiah Likely, but I'm more of a Kohler guy, and I'm more of a who is it? I'm more of a Kohler guy, and then there's still a Okonkwo, so I won't be upset. Plus, there's called Katera from the Philadelphia Eagles. He's the other tight end. But still, Falcons pursuing Tua turn the ball over is just beyond stupidity. Why would the Falcons be all in for who is it? Why would the Falcons be all in on Tua turn the ball over? Like Tua turn the ball over has done nothing. He was second in interceptions. I love the joke. Falcons love left-handed quarterbacks. Yes, Tua's left-handed. Michael Penix is left-handed. What's next? Dillon Gabriel. I would not be surprised if Dillon Gabriel gets traded to the Falcons, and then you just wasted on a pick for him. It's beyond insanity. Beyond insanity. Let's see what else. Yeah, this is not true, Eric. It's not true. I think that's fake news. Unless it's confirmed by Ian Rappaport, Adam Schefter, Diana Rossini, Tom Pelissero, heck, or even own media, I don't trust this report whatsoever. Okay, the Commanders made about the whole Pierce thing. So let me look at this. Let me look at this report from Jeremy Fowler. Commanders made an aggressive push for Alec Pierce before he ultimately decided to stay with the Colts, per sources. New England also was in it. I was hoping we would get a 3 tight end crew, run some jumbo sets, and would beef up that line more. Hey, there's still Charlie Kohler, my guy, and then there's a Okonkwo, and then the kid. Ooh, Rams signing Jalen Watson, 3-year deal. Rams signing Jalen Watson, probably reuniting with McDuffie. Holy cow, 3-year deal. Yep. Former cornerback Jalen Watson reached agreement today on a 3-year with the Los Angeles Rams. So now the Rams have Watson and McDuffie. 2 former Chiefs. This is great. Rams are going to be this disgusting. And guess what? The Rams are playing the Buffalo Bills. Rams are my way to early Super Bowl pick. Here's the shocking part, Eric, here's the shocking part. The next Super Bowl is going to be at SoFi Stadium. That's even scarier. If the Rams do it again, they will be the first team in NFL history to win Super Bowls in their home stadium multiple times. Yes, Buffalo, not to mention this DPF. Buffalo also plays the Houston Texans. Also the Houston Texans. You can add Texans to the mixed DPF because it's going to be more laughable. Rams, Ravens, and Texans. And not to mention that, like I said in the early stream with Andy, Bills traded for DJ Moore. I don't know if that's going to move the needle for the Buffalo Bills, but we shall see about that. A lot has been crazy so far. Holy cow. So far, Dolphins haven't made any moves. Jets haven't made any moves. And we already made a move. Impressive. Agreed. Do you know what I heard? That the Dolphins are going to be taking on a $99 million cap hit. It's disgusting. So that means they're guaranteed 54. It's guaranteed 54 for the first season, and I would assume that it's going to be 45 for the next season. It's stupid. Again, Dolphins are dumb enough for giving Tua that extension. It's beyond stupid in my opinion. Okay. Patriots. No, not Patriots. Panthers, excuse me, are signing Jalen Phillips, 4 years, 120 million with 80 million guaranteed. Talking overpaid right there. Panthers are giving. Oh my gosh. Panthers are signing Jalen Phillips. So a year and 30 million, and that's 80 million guaranteed. That is such an overpay right there for the Panthers. Not to mention, Commanders Pro Bowl left tackle Tunsil reached agreement on a 2-year, $60.2 million contract extension with Washington. Again, that's another overpaid. $61.5 million guaranteed, including the biggest signing bonus. So many overpays. Yeah, so many overpays. I know, right? It's disgusting. Not only you're overpaying a left tackle who has penalty issues. The Panthers are overpaying on a edge rusher that has been injured left and right. I'm sorry, Panthers, but I would have given Jalen Phillips 4 years and what was it? An $80 million deal. That would be more reasonable than this contract right there. 4-year, $120 million deal for Jalen Phillips. Oh my gosh. Oh my gosh. You're joking, right? You're joking, right? Michael Pittman Jr. traded to the Steelers. What the hell? What the heck? Chat, are you hearing this correctly? Chat, are you hearing this correctly? Colts are sending wide receiver Michael Pittman Jr. to the Steelers. What? No. Yes, Phillips on a 15 AAV would have been my max. Agreed. I don't know what the cost is, but Pittman Jr. to the Steelers. You're now going from mediocre to mediocre. You have no quarterback. I doubt Aaron Rodgers is returning to the Steelers, but what is it? Now that Pittman is with DK, that's going to be even more crazy. DK and Michael Pittman Jr. What is going on in Pittsburgh? Does Mike McCarthy really like Pittman Jr.? Oh my god. Who on the Colts do we want? I want Downs next season. Josh Downs, ex wide receiver from North Carolina, would be the guy I'm looking out for. Keep an eye out for Josh Downs, because if the Colts do not resign Josh Downs, he's coming to the New England Patriots. Him and Drake May have that chemistry. Give me Josh Downs. Oh my gosh. Guys, if you're coming in to this stream, please make sure that you hit the thumbs up button and that you're subscribed to this channel. It's definitely free and help us support the channel massively. We have made our first signing of within legal tampering. So after the whole Luketa thing and DeVito resigning and cutting some players and trading away players, Patriots signed Draymond Jones. That's the biggest signing so far. Please like the stream if you really enjoyed this. Man, Colts 2. I can't believe these teams are voluntary imploding, like Steelers, Colts. I'm sorry, Panthers. Yes, hit the thumbs up button. If you don't, the Patriots go 3-14 next year. I hope that's not the case. We do not want a repeat of what happened 3 seasons ago. Heck, 2 seasons ago. But please, hit the thumbs up button if you haven't already. Also, click the subscribe button. You're joining some live watch party with me, your boy DTN. It's going to be a blast. And by the way, I will hide this so you can see my name. And then there you go. I'm DTN. So, but still, Steelers trading for Pittman Jr. What the heck? That is beyond insanity right there. Oh my gosh. How about that dead cat from the Dolphins? They shaded him in the thank you tribute message to him too. Dolphins, are you joking? Dolphins, are you joking? Dolphins are signing Malik Willis, 3 years and $67.5 million with $45 million guaranteed. Oh my gosh! Not to mention, Ravens signing John Simpson, 3 years and $30 million. John Simpson lately has been a penalty machine. But still, Dolphins. What? That is true. That is true. But is he your definitive quarterback one? That's the question. So now it's him and Quinn Ewers. Oh my gosh. But still, Dolphins getting Malik Willis. What did he do with the Tennessee Titans? Barely anything. You're only doing well when he was with Matt LaFleur. Journeyman quarterback. Yes. Dolphins are going for Manning next year, too. I could see the Dolphins going 3-14. I could see them going 3-14. Fuck! Giants got Isaiah Likely. I never wanted him anyway. Giants signed Isaiah Likely 3 years of $40 million. I'm not surprised about Likely going to the Giants only because of John Harbaugh. That's the only reason. That's the only reason why. I'm not surprised about this move. But hey, Kohler is still in my board. Give me Charlie Kohler. He's still on my board for tight end. Okay, Bears are signing defensive tackle Neville Gallimore to a 2-year, $12 million deal. But I can't stand the Giants. I can't stand the Giants. My gosh sakes. Oh, gosh. Isaiah Likely to the Giants. How about that? Okay, so the extension for the whole Pittman trade is that the Steelers will be extending Pittman 3 years and $59 million. It's not a bad contract, but still, I'm not invested on Michael Pittman. Jets signing, who is it? Joseph Osai. And then Vikings have signed cornerback James Pierre on a 2-year, $8.5 million deal with $3.7 million guaranteed per his agent Tony Scott. Never heard of him, but Jets getting Joseph Osai, not interested. The current right tackles I'm looking at right now who are currently available are Braden Smith, that's him, Jonah Williams, I don't know who else. Jonah Williams and Braden Smith are the top boards. Jawad Taylor, I'm a little skeptical because he has been he was known as a penalty machine, but yeah. Can we get an offensive player for once? We just made one signing, and that was Draymond Jones. In the meantime, you're gonna see me relaxing right here. They're gonna see my board relaxing until I find some updates. I'm gonna be relaxing here, and yes, true on Taylor, but I didn't want him to sign last time. But we need help. Agreed. Right tackle, you're going to need some young blood and a guy who's proven. So Panthers are resigning CB Caleb Evans to a 1-year deal. Okay. Unfortunately not, Ray. I'm sorry. Unfortunately not. Saints signing John Ridgway, 2 years, $6.2 million. Yes, I agree, Gerard. TV kind of sucks today, but I'm here with you guys, so through tears. Yeah, I'm going to be here until like 3 p.m. or 4 p.m., so I'm not going to stick around for like long, so. I'm going to stay here for like the next 2 hours or 3 hours, so. And then I'm going to go. Here's the thing, guys. Austin have a good idea that we're going to be doing another live stream tonight, so set your notifications for that, because set your calendars for that, because we're thinking of going live tonight at 8 p.m. You, me, Andy, and Austin, and all of the fellow fans here are going to be enjoying this. It's painful as a Patriots fan. I get it. I wanted Likely, I wanted Otten, but it's frustrating as a Patriots fan. It's frustrating as a Patriots fan. Oh gosh. Hey, a lot of teams haven't made a move. Like, I haven't heard a word from the Lions. I haven't heard a word from the Cardinals. I haven't heard a word from the Broncos. I haven't heard a word from who else? The Browns. Jets signing Kingsley Enagbare for 1 year, $10 million. Again, not interested in him. Jets are getting mid players. No surprise. No surprise. He would be the guy who would be looking. Ah, pass rusher Kingsley Enagbare headed to the Jets for 1 year and $10 million. Okay, he's whatever. Come on, Tom. Do you have something for us? I'm just getting bored right now. I'll probably watch a classic movie here in a bit. I have access to any movie I want still in the theaters. Any suggestions for me? Was thinking about a classic movie like Robin Hood. I don't know. Rather watch Cars. I'd rather watch Cars. I'd rather watch Monsters Inc. or maybe watch The Avengers. I don't know. What the hell? Titans singing the Kisser of what to a 2 year deal? By that. Lion King could be interesting. I love Lion King. I haven't watched the full I haven't watched the CGI version, but Titans are signing Mitch Trubisky on a 2 year deal. Oh, this is even more laughable. Jets are signing Demario Davis, signing another ancient player. It's laughable, right? 2 years, 22 million, 15 million guaranteed. That's such an overpay for a guy who's like 37. You're joking me, right? DeMario Davis is so ancient. He's like 37 years old. Gosh. So ancient. Come on, Tom, line me up with some Patriots news. Because all I hear is like Jets overpaying on players. There's still players currently available. You still got Dafe Owe, Boye Mafe, David Edwards, AVT, Zion Johnson, Cade Mays, Nicole Dean, injured, Alex Anzalone, Kevin Byard, Goddard, Chigakonkwo. Well, folks, Austin Hooper is not returning with the Patriots because he's going back to the Falcons on a 1-year, $3.25 million deal. Bye-bye, Austin Hooper. Now we need another sidekick for Hunter Henry. Great. Yes, this free agency is so hilarious and kind of scary. Njoku could be interesting. Hooper worked his tail off for it, starting behind Waller than Henry. Still a great two, though. Yeah, unfortunately. He was also with the Njoku back in Cleveland, so I don't know why Cleveland gave him that big bag. And also he was with Okonkwo for a brief moment. He was also with yeah, you're right. He was also with the Raiders. I love Hooper. But I feel like it's time to move on. But if anything, I want Kohler. Yes, I want talent. Ugh. Bucks are signing Kenneth Gainwell. 2 years, 14 million, 10 million guaranteed. Yes, I want talent. This is getting boring at this point. Already an hour into the stream and it's already getting boring. Just watching this free agency like it's painful. It's painful. I'm telling you, it's painful. Unfortunately, we are eyeing tight. We're going to be eyeing tight end of the draft. No. I agree with you, GPF. I so agree with you. I want to give. We need weapons for Drake, but it seems like none of the players are interested in wanting to come to us because nobody wants to see us successful, and that's the saddest fact. That's the saddest fate nowadays. That's the saddest fate. It's the saddest fate. Not gonna lie. I want to see the Patriots doing well, but it's so sad. What do you think about those top teams with 80 million to 110 million to spend? Are they fighting for the top guys, you think? I doubt that. I doubt that. I don't know what they're doing, but yeah, poor Taylor Kyles. He had his heat set on Alec Pierce. Every Patriots fan want Alec Pierce, but I don't understand why he. I get it. He wants that wide receiver one, but I think now with the Colts, he's getting an opportunity to be a wide receiver one. But yeah. Now it seems like yeah, he is unfortunately. Punter time. Giants signing Jordan Stout. 3 years, $12.3 million. Meh. No, I agree. He's trash. What Giants are stupid enough for drafting him anyway. I never liked Daniel Jones from the very get go. I thought he would revive his career with Brian Dable, but no, it just got worse and worse down there. And not to mention, Saquon Barkley carried Daniel Jones. Saquon Barkley carried him in that season. It was never Daniel Jones that carried Saquon Barkley. It was Saquon Barkley carrying Daniel Jones. It's crazy. Bucks signing Alex Anzalone. So long for those Jets fans. Yes, agreed. Jonathan Taylor was also carrying Daniel Jones. I agree. Oh, okay. Patriots made a move. Patriots made a move. Patriots signing Reggie Gilliam, 3 years, 12 million, with 6 million guaranteed. We're getting a fullback, ladies and gentlemen. We got ourselves a fullback. So the Bucks are signing Alex Anzalone. So bye-bye to those Jets fans who wanted Alex Anzalone because he ain't coming to that horrific franchise, which is the New York Jets. I'm sorry. But Patriots getting Reggie Gilliam? Interesting. Getting a fullback, I wasn't anticipating getting a fullback, but knowing Josh McDaniels is a loving fullback, but I would assume that Westover is going to be back as a tight end. But I could assume getting Gilliam and having competition with him and Brock Lampy, who was on injury reserve, I could see a competition between the two of them. But getting a fullback, you need protection right in there. I love this move. We're getting Reggie Gilliam. We got ourselves a fullback, boys and girls. Obviously, that's not an overpay. That's like, if I do the math, that's like $4 million in AAV. That's like $6 million guaranteed. That is a good deal. That is such a good deal. That is such a good deal. I did not know fullback was going to be a big need. But do you know what's even better with Gilliam? He played for the Buffalo Bills. And here's the best part, ladies and gentlemen. He's 6 foot. He's 6 foot. He's only 28 years old. He played for the Buffalo Bills. And I wonder how Bills Mafia is feeling about this. Saints signing a punter. Yes, I agree. I'm down for fullback, opening up those running lanes. Yeah, people don't understand why fullback is a horrible idea. Like Reggie Gilliam. Do you know what's interesting? Reggie Gilliam has experience on being with a but man, I love Gilliam. I did not think we would need a fullback. Gerard said I wanted a fullback last year. Might have helped. Okay. Yeah, no, I don't blame you. I did not think we would get fullback because I'm more on offensive line and tight end. That's more me. I'm more offensive lineman and tight end. Okay, I was loading for a bit. I have no idea what happened, so forgive me, guys. I don't know if this is the Wi-Fi or something else, but yes, forgive me, guys. Just gonna exit out some tabs. There you go. Yes, Eric, I agree. Get me a left guard for Campbell. And also have somebody next to Jared Wilson, Will Campbell, please. Just please. It can't be just be a fullback and an aging edge rusher. Please. Oh, here's an interesting stat, guys. Last season, Gilliam was PFF's highest graded fullback in both run blocking and pass blocking. He has 16 career receptions for 135 yards and 2 touchdowns. Think about this, guys. Bears signing Kobe Bryant. Ah, come on. And then Commanders are signing veteran Amik Robinson to a 2-year, $60 million. What are the Lions doing? Yes, I agree with you, TPF. With that move, it could help us so much in the red zone and the goal line. I didn't think about it, but thank you for mentioning that, DPF. I like it. McDaniels should have Stevenson and our new fullback and run pistol sets. Give Drake more time in the pocket. That could be interesting. That could be interesting. I didn't think about it. By the way, guys, DPF, Eric, Gerard, Ray, save all your comments for tonight's show because we will be doing a recap of all of the signings that we've made so far. Titans signing Daniel Bellinger. Of course, I'm not surprised that some of our own fan base is bawling their eyes right now. They're just having their eyes bleeding. Like, why are we doing this? Why are we signing a fullback? But oh. I'm sorry. Yeah, Ray. Unfortunately, Ashen is the most crankiest guy you've ever met. Unfortunately, Calyx is also that guy too, but it is what it is. But I'm not gonna throw shade on our own nation, but that's our unfortunate personality, though. We all want a left guard. Sumo sounds great. Talon might be good, and there are Alex Kappa types out there. I'm not a huge fan of Alex Kappa. He didn't do much with the Bengals. He was a liability there. But the biggest one I want is David Edwards. David Edwards is still available. If we get to David Edwards, I'm okay with it. I will be okay with coming away with the left guard. Obviously, there's still more time. There's still more time. It's like the first hour of legal tampering. We finally have OMM says we finally have a true fullback who can catch, run, and block, plus taking him away from the Bills on a cheap deal. My favorite move right now. I did not think about this. Red zone was such a huge liability last season. And the fact that we are taking advantage of the run, he could be the next James Devlin, the next Jakob Johnson. I love this. Lions are signing Cade Mays for a 3-year, $25 million deal. Yes, it's been a roller coaster ride, Josh. Oh, not to mention Colby's live. I'm gonna mute myself and watch the video from there. I will mute myself, so don't. What do you have for us, Colby? Imagine the fullback make holes and now Henderson is off the races. Same with Stevenson. Same with Stevenson, though. You're giving him life. Hopefully Henderson can be able to read holes, because the problem with Henderson is that the offensive line is so like closed up together. Like, so many defensive lines have been getting to our offensive line. So getting Gilliam and prying away from the Bills, what are the Bills going to be doing at their fullback? Because is the reason why the Bills had success was because of Gilliam, because the whole point of Gilliam is that you're allowing James Cook to pave way through. Kendrick Bourne. I'm sorry, but I'm not a huge fan of Kendrick Bourne as I want to. I love him as a guy, but as a player, he's took a massive dip. But I would not be surprised if he resigns with the 49ers. He has success with him and Mac Jones. No, Mac Jones. And pressures with sorry guys. Hopefully I don't get demonetized. Hopefully I don't get demonetized because I'm watching someone else's content. But it's always nice to see how we're actually getting useful players, and hopefully these two are good, because you're not going to get a great guy. So I want Henderson's speed to be used more. Get him out in the flats and use him wheel routes. He's not a power back. Yeah, I didn't understand why we've been using him to go through the offensive line. Like, he's not like the guy who can be utilized in HB dives. Stevenson is more that type of guy. But now with Gilliam, everybody's like, why can't we get Alec Ingold? Gilliam is better than Ingold. Nobody talks about Gilliam. Like, everyone always talks about the next Patrick Ricard or the next Kyle Juszczyk. But Gilliam is going to be so huge for us. Gilliam is going to be that huge guy for us that we're definitely going to be needing in like those run situations. So I love it that we're getting Gilliam. It's actually really helpful. It's really helpful. So, yeah. Yeah, Bourne is a cool dude. I love Kendrick Bourne. What he's also earlier. Falcons are signing Jake Bailey for 3 years, $9 million, $5 million guaranteed. So the Falcons got a punter. Why are there so many punters getting signed? It's so funny. We don't need no. Okay, we might consider getting punter. There will be a discussion if we need a punter, but still, I'm not interested in a punter. Okay, so Cade Mays is the former center for the Carolina Panthers, now going to the Detroit Lions. Cade Mays is someone we could consider to be a center, but I would assume that yeah, I think that the Lions desperately need a center because they released Graham Glasgow. Frank Ragnow retired, so Falcons got Nick Folk. Good luck finding a new kicker, Jets. Good luck finding a new kicker, because you're not gonna find a good kicker whatsoever. If you get Greg Zuerlein again, you're stupid. I'm sorry, but what are the Jets doing at kicker now? Seriously. If Henderson can get moving past that line, he's fast. I agree. I think that Henderson needs to be bulk up a lot more. And by the way, guys, I'm excited for this new training facility. I've never seen the training facility, but what I do know is that when I go to another training camp, probably I say I go with Fancy again, and there's a chance I see Colby again, I want to see what the new facility looks like. Obviously, I'm going to be outside for most of the time, so I'm going to be sweating. I'm going to be sweating as hell because of, obviously, the summer, but it's going to be crazy this upcoming offseason and this coming season. But Falcons signing 41-year-old Nick Folk is actually laughable. But then again, Nick Folk has been really good last season. I'm not gonna lie, Nick Folk was really good. So yes. Everything the Patriots use is inside the stadium. They are small and outdated. Yes, they're outdated. There was a reason why in the report cards nobody liked them, but now with the new facility, they're moving everything to the new the new training facility. I heard that the Patriots will be doing draft calls, will be doing their draft picks at that new facility. So that's something to consider, ladies and gentlemen. Something to consider. Yes, I agree so much. I cannot wait to see this new facility. And there's going to be so much improvement. And hopefully that should boost up the report cards. Also, you know what's even better? Kitchen staff. I hope the food gets better because obviously food is going to be really important for the players so they can get healthy and whatnot. But there's one thing that the Patriots still need to fix. The team planes. I keep on hearing that the team plane, we're like the only team with the team planes, and yet players are complaining about the team planes. But it is what it is. And the Jets are losing him. That's the saddest part. Oh, that is an interesting point, Eric. All the office space should be renovated into condos for people to live. Ha ha ha. Maybe place for Patriots players to live if they can't even find any like housing, because obviously housing in Massachusetts is disgusting. Oh yes, July. Yes, July is born in 2002. No. Yeah, seriously, they could. But yeah, I think the treatment for families has been improved a lot for the Patriots, and I think importing a daycare. I did not think about a daycare, but that is a good idea, Eric. Incorporating a daycare would be so helpful for players with the kids, especially for example, Hunter Henry has a kid. Um, you can think about a lot of also Morgan Moses with like 3 sons. That would be nice, but having players with families and kids, that's going to be really important because we want to see the connection between the families and the ownership. That's going to be really important when you think about it. And so I really love this new move that the Patriots are doing, investing all of this money for all of that good stuff right there. I really love it. Yes, daycare, it can help a lot. I saw the Matthew Stafford documentary and saw how it would be beneficial. I agree. I agree. As much as I cannot stand Matthew Stafford as a player, as a family man, I really appreciate. I really appreciate what he does. And and yes, you gotta be. And all family always comes first. You always want to be supportive for your family, and so that's what I think that's going to be really important when you think about it. Family is always important. Okay, so we're getting. I think we're having a dry spell now, so Brees Hall. Damn, we sure got a lot of money in Florham Park. All these contracts, dudes, signings. I don't know what he means by that, but I think these signings are laughable. But I don't know. The Jets made 3 signings, but I don't think they're going to be game changers. I don't think they're game changers whatsoever. Yeah, I see that happening, but if that's the case, I will laugh my butt off. I will laugh my butt off if that's the case. Jet Falcons looking into Tua is so laughable whatsoever. I don't know why, I don't know how, but that is so laughable. It's so laughable. I don't get it. But still, Linderbaum is still available. David Edwards is still available. Trey Hendrickson is still available. A lot of players are still available. No, I don't know if I don't know if I could say Chiefs might be scary because one, can you sweep the Denver Broncos? That's the first question. Because the last two seasons you couldn't sweep the Denver Broncos. And not to even mention last season, no, 2023 and 2024, you couldn't sweep the Denver Broncos. 2025, you got swept by the Denver Broncos. So I'm enjoying this stream. But I don't know. I think by like 3 p.m. I'm going to like log off just so I can get lunch or something. But I will be back to do a live stream. So I will be back to do a live stream at 8 p.m. And not to mention, I will be doing some small shorts along the way so we can get updated to all the news. But so far, Draymond Jones and Reggie Gilliam are currently the large additions to the Patriots. In unrelated news, the lead singer for Boston has passed away. What are you talking about? Are you talking about the Dropkick Murphys or because the only player I know is the only singer I've heard of like is Ozzy Osbourne, but who is the singer that passed away from me, Eric? I don't know who you're talking about. So oh, the band Boston. Oh, okay. I don't know what genre the singer for Boston for the band Boston is, but I'd assume it's rock or country. I don't pay attention to that kind of music. I'm sorry, Eric, but so that's interesting. That's really interesting. Thoughts and prayers to the Boston fans, as in like the Boston band, not like Oh my gosh! Raiders are signing Tyler Linderbaum finally for a 3-year, $81 million deal. Okay. It's classic rock. Okay, gotcha. I need to listen to some of the classic rock. I need to listen to some classic rock. Cardinals signing Tyler Algier to 2-year, $12.25 million contract. Wow. Okay.
So Nick Cattle said the Pats badly needed a legit fallback for the McDaniels offense. They fill it with the Gilliam sighting. That all fullbacks in PFL run blocking grade did allow any pressures in the 24 pass blocking snaps. Interesting. Any topics you guys want to talk about, like songs? You obviously let's actually jam to some music. Obviously, we got some like media assets right there. I want to try out some music. I want to try this one song. No, not this one. There we go. That's more. That we talk. School has been okay, Eric. Yeah, a couple of the classes have been like hell to me, but I enjoyed my piano class. I enjoyed the 2 online classes, cost accounting, and managerial finance. Unfortunately, that case study was a pain in the butt, but yeah, it is what it is. The business law class, I slowly started to like it, but in about 2 weeks, I got a stupid exam, so it is covering chapters 3 to 8. So talking about like jurisdiction, negligence, torts, different kinds of crimes, liabilities, all that good stuff. So it's really interesting. So yep, 3 years, 81 million for the Raiders. Raiders do need a center, but now you're thinking like you're putting Jackson Powers, JPJ to left guard again, and then I think you still have Colton Miller. We get a left guard for goodness sakes. I'm getting bored right here. No, so I think Gerard knows about this. So I'm an accounting major at Bridgewater State University, and so I think Gerard knows about this. So I'm an accounting major, but the business law class is really important for like businesses because I think Gerard will explain it to you a lot better than I can, Ray. So yeah, I think he knows what I'm talking about. So. Well, yeah, I'm an accounting major, Ray, so that answers your question. Man, I love this music. I see. Yeah, I'm more a fan of math, less so much of being a fan of English. Like I always stuck with English. I hate writing essays. I was never a fan of like reading books, but you have to read, especially in that business class. You have to read just so that you get part of discussions with like having to discuss cases. So the format goes for, I think Gerard knows this. So basically, when you're given like a case, First, you have to identify the issue, which is have to be in the form of a question. Then, and it has to be based off of like a certain topic. So like this is chapters 3 to 8 of the this business law program, business law course that I'm taking. And so the second part is finding pertinent law facts that can back up this issue. Then the third part is what is the decision? Is it a yes or no? Is it blah 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 blah? And then finally it's how is it? You have to like explain why it's the issue with like the certain like topic, and then having to back up with the facts. Yeah, it's painful, not gonna lie. Yes, agreed. Thankfully, I'm not majoring in math because math would be disgusting for me because I after pre-calculus I gave up, so I'm good. That's why I like business. So, and everyone asks me when I'm majoring in accounting. They always ask me if I want to pay taxes. It's so funny. Yeah. Yep. And by the way, Gerard, just to let you know, I'm saying this now, but I'm going to need help like preparing for my exam. So obviously I have a homework assignment for chapter 8, which is on negligence. So like all the forms are like, is this individual or this company liability for what are my career pursuits? ATM? That is a good question. I don't know. So right now I'm thinking of like maybe like I don't know. But one could be like how do I describe it? Maybe be a bank teller. I don't know. I'm trying to think of ideas. Because obviously after I graduate, I might think of going to grad school. I don't know to be exact, but I'm thinking of going to grad school after this. So maybe like consider like going into maybe doing management along with accounting. So basically I could like have a clue of what I can do with my business career. So good question. Yep, Algiers off the table. Travis Etienne to the Saints. Wow. Etienne to the Saints. How much money do the Saints have? By the way, guys, I'm gonna quickly use the bathroom, so I will be back. If there's any updates with the Patriots, I will look at my phone, and so I'll be back, guys. Hey guys, I'm back. So I was using the bathroom, but I just read a note from Tom that Tonga is not returning to the Patriots, which that kind of concerns me a bit. It kind of concerns me a bit. So, damn it, Jamie, hi Jamie. By the way, Jamie, you better be happy about this because Paris Tonga is going to the Chiefs. Damn it. Holy shit! 3 years and 21 million with 14 million guaranteed. Wow. Wow.
Wow, Jamie, you finally have a defensive tackle, a nose tackle that can stop the run. Great. Ah. Of course you are. Of course you are, Falcons signing Jahan Dotson, 2 years and $50 million, 14 guaranteed. Okay, I don't know about that. Okay, I don't know about that. I can see you making the playoffs again, but I doubt you guys make 2 Super Bowl. But we'll save that for Thursday. We'll save that for Thursday. By the way, guys, if you're coming in, smash the like button, hit subscribe. We've been 2 hours in. Yeah. Eric, you never fail to make me laugh. Eric, you never fail to make me laugh. Oh shit! Oh shit! Oh my gosh, I'm loving this chat. I'm loving this chat. This is by far going to be the longest stream ever, so. But I will be back tonight. I will be back tonight to discuss the whole recap, but holy heck. So far, Bills haven't made any moves after that DJ Moore trade, so. Gerard. Not just Mahomes, but also Josh Allen. Also Josh Allen into the mix, too. You also want to sack Aaron Rodgers if he's coming back to the Steelers. Also Sam Darnold in the mix. Caleb Williams in the mix. Fuck! 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 Saints got they took the guy I wanted! Damn it! Saints got David Edwards. How much money do the Saints have? Why? Saints going it for David Edwards. That is... That's boggling. It's great for Kellen Moore and all that, but... Ay. Patriots, why are we going in for an offensive lineman? Okay. Juwan Jennings has not returned to the 49ers, but I was interested in Jennings a while back, but Giants cut kicker Jamie Gillian. Okay, Gillian. Okay. Bengals are pushing for John Franklin Myers. Yeah, I heard that Jets fans wanted John Franklin Myers back, but no, because of Woody Johnson and all this, but yeah. We'll see you later tonight, Jamie, if I'm going live again. So far, we haven't resigned anybody yet. Okay, I'm getting a little frustrated, but it is what it is, but still. So Gonzo has handicapped us. Oh, that's great. Oh, that's great. Let's switch things up a bit, okay? Let's switch things up. Let's switch things up. Let's do this. Let's switch things up, okay? Any updates so far from the Patriots? Because barely anything. I'm just sitting there, just staring at the screens, being like, why aren't we making any moves? Are we resigning Hawkins? Or are we resigning Chason? Is Gonzo's contract extension holding us? Because we could give him like a like, just give him like a 5-year option and then just wait until next season. I want to hear some good news, not some bad news. Every time I'm looking at the Discord chat, it's making me like, oh, another complaint after another complaint after another complaint after another complaint. Like, what do we want? So funny from this. We have 3 minutes ago, the Jets made a addition, and I'm like, doesn't intrigue me. By the way, the Jets haven't even made an offensive signing. That's even laughable. But I think that Jets needed some defensive help, so. I feel like Rob is getting a little impatient now because I'm just getting bored right now. So, guys, I think by like 3 p.m. or 3:30, I'm gonna log out just so I can get some mental rest. But yeah, this is boring so far. No, you're good, Gerard. No, you're good. I'm just getting bored right now. I'm just like reading the Discord chat right now and how we have a couple of people complaining already. Like, it's not surprising. You're good, Gerard. You're good. No need to apologize. '49ers signed Mike Evans. Wow. So the 49ers are getting another injured player. '49ers signing Mike Evans. Wow. To a 3-year deal. Wants to be in the Super Bowl with the 49ers. With what quarterback? Is Brock Purdy going to even like throw a ball at him? Like, you now have Mike Evans, you now have Ricky Pearsall. I have no idea who their other wide receiver is. They still got Kittle, but oh my god.
Well, Steelers signed Jamel Dean. That is also an overpay. Evans, Pearsall, Ayuk. I don't know if Ayuk is returning. The problem with Ayuk is that he has been ever since that whole contract dispute and then the whole like driving 100 miles per hour. Ayuk has been such a liability. Oh my gosh! And then still, if they are not re-signing Mac Jones, if they're not extending Mac Jones, because I think Mac Jones is better than Brock Purdy. I don't know why they give Brock Purdy extension. So Titans tight end Okonkwo is probably not returning since he's spending the time, but who knows? Oh my god. This freaking Discord server. Yep. We already confirmed that, Thomas. We already confirmed that. But thanks for letting me know, though. Yeah, 3 years and 36 million. This is what I don't get it, Thomas. Now you have barely anything to pay for Joey Porter Jr., your other cornerback. So that I don't get. Crazy. It's disgusting, Thomas. It's disgusting. Yeah, I think Jamie was briefly in the chat, Thomas, and it's disgusting. Wait, what? Devin Bush reached a 3-year, $40 million deal with the Bears? Wow, Bears are making moves. It feels like the Lions are barely making any moves. Vikings aren't even making moves. Hell, even the Packers aren't even making moves. Bears are going to win the division again. They're now going all in for the Super Bowl. Well, let me see if you're correct, Thomas. I haven't checked. I haven't double checked ESPN, so let me double check. Oh, you're right. You are right. Yep. You're correct, Thomas. You're correct. per Matt's Live, the Patriots are now checking on Romeo Dobbs. Hopefully, we're not giving Romeo Dobbs like this stupid contract. Give him like at least 2 years on like $10 million per year, but at least Dobbs ain't going to the Steelers to be stuck with Aaron bleeping Rodgers. I don't know if they already have a wide receiver one. I think Rome Odunze or Luther Burden are either the wide receiver ones. It's either Burden or Odunze. Yep, we already knew that. I'm sorry, Eric. I love Tonka, but I think it's an overpay by them. If for some reason we do nothing and we win the division, then I don't know why people are complaining right now. So. Yeah, I agree with you, Thomas. I agree with you. Even though we don't make any moves, we're fine. At least we made some moves, like Gillian. And here's a chance, Thomas, that when we go live tonight, because we're going live tonight, there's a chance that we made some moves by the time we're going live again. Who knows? Obviously, keeping track of ESPN, and I've been getting a lot of updates from ESPN. But oh my gosh, here are the updates for Dolphins' new QB, Malik Willis. A $22.25 million signing bonus, fully guaranteed salaries of $1.25 million in 2026 and $21.5 million in 2027. Yeah, agreed. I wasn't interested in these two anyway. At least we're not like at least we're okay. Patriots are working on a return for Jalen Hawkins. Plus, come on. We need Jalen Hawkins back. But as long as it's not overpay, I'm okay with it. How's this watch party been for you guys for these last 2 hours and 30 minutes? It's been stressful for me, obviously. It's been stressful for anybody. Yes, I've heard about this. Yes. Said by Tom himself. Huge shout out to Tom, by the way, for giving us these valuable updates. Without him, we wouldn't be doing this. Plus, ESPN sometimes takes forever to load, and so I'm on my iPad. Well, I'm using the laptop to do the stream, but I'm looking at my iPad and my phone for multiple sources. So, thank you for the updates, though. Really appreciate it. Oh, the internet. Wait, is it? What's the weather like up in Maine? Because I heard that what is it? The weather isn't like as bad as it was 2 weeks ago. And by the way, 2 weeks ago, I was dealt with the stupid snowstorm that canceled out the whole. Oh, interesting. But yeah, at the time, 2 weeks ago, we had I had a massive blizzard. I took part of a massive blizzard of 2026. It was the most brutal blizzard I was ever part of, and so it's crazy. Welcome in, Connor. Welcome in. So, unfortunately not, Connor. We're not keeping Tonga because Tonga is now with the Chiefs. 3 years and 21 million, and 14 million guaranteed. I was a loss of words for that. So, unfortunately, no, Connor. I wanted Tonga though, but not gonna lie, I knew he wouldn't return. Bummed out about it. That is a really good question. I don't know. It will depend on what we do throughout the offseason. Yes, Draymond. I really love Draymond Jones. Yes, we should do another D-line. Right. In the meantime, I'm going to be working on the new thumbnail for tonight's show. So, yeah. I'll work on that. If you want linebacker, give me Kyle Lewis. I know Tyler is a huge advocate for Kyle Lewis. Kyle Lewis is the guy I would want for a linebacker. Cornerback, I don't know. Maybe I would wait until like later, but Takario Davis is a tall guy I wanted, but I know that there's going to be cornerbacks, but I don't know if we're going to need cornerback. I would say wait until day 3 to get a cornerback. Agreed. We still need offensive line help. And yet, a couple of the guys that I wanted are gone. Lindenbaum is gone. Edwards is gone. It's just frustrating, buddy. It's frustrating. Anthony Hill could be okay, but I'm not investing in him. Yes, I want R. Mason Thomas. Rodriguez is one of my favorites. I love Rodriguez in the Senior Bowl. He was like one of the best, but Lewis is going to be the guy I'm going to be looking at. Lewis is going to be interesting because Lewis, out of any other linebacker, he's one of the most hardworking. His attitude is great. He has good leadership. He has good coverage abilities, and yeah, I love Kyle Lewis. Give me Kyle Lewis all day, every day, please. Guys, if you haven't already, please make sure that you smash the like button and you're subscribed to this channel. It's the best way to help us support the channel massively. So really appreciate. Thank you. Yeah, I'm not a huge fan of Perkins. I am not a huge fan of Perkins. Perkins he was one of those top guys, but then became such a huge disappointment. So no to Perkins. Please no to Perkins. No thank you to Perkins. Yes, hello, Connor. So, guys, I might have to log off here because my neck is getting tired, and I haven't had lunch yet, so I'll log out there. But it's nice hanging out with all of you guys. I will be back. It's gonna be me, Andy, and Austin tonight, so. I have the thumbnail ready. I'll get the stream up and rolling for 8 p.m. tonight. So if you guys haven't already, please make sure that you smash the like button and that you're subscribed to this channel. It's the best way to help us support the channel. And we will be back tonight. So I'm gonna log off right now, and because I really need to have lunch. And so I'll talk to you guys later tonight. And as always, ladies and gentlemen, let's go Pats.